Welcome back to another monthly minute update for Verona Walk. First, I want to say Happy New Year to you. Now that we are in 2023, have you written any checks that say 2022 and you had to scratch that out? I don't really write too many checks anymore, so I haven't done that yet, but it may happen here coming up in the near future. Well, Happy New Year to you and your family. I hope you had a wonderful 2022. Looking forward into 2023, we're going to talk about some of the real estate things that are going on in our wonderful community of Verona Walk, and also a little bit on this video about what has happened and is happening here in the Naples market. But first, let's jump into Verona Walk. Let's talk about the month of December. Let's talk about the last month of last year. Let's look at some of the numbers and see how we finished up. First question I always like to ask, how many homes went on the market last month? And that was 11. Nothing different there really per se. It was up just a little bit from what it was in November. How many homes sold in December? Well, we had a decent December. 9 homes actually closed. If you want to see those 9 homes, I'm going to put a link below. That way you can see the model, the price, how many days on market, all that fun stuff. So take a look at that if you'd like. If we compare December of 2022 to December of 2021, we were pretty much neck and neck. December of 2021, 12 homes had sold. So a little bit more a year ago, whereas this year, still a decent month. What was the least and the most expensive home that sold? Well, the least expensive home was a Capri, and that Capri was listed for $469,000, and it sold for $460,000, and that home was under contract and closed in 80 days. What was the most expensive home? Well, that was an Oakmont on Orvietto. It was listed for $799,500, and it sold for $765,000, and that home was under contract and sold in 89 days. Very interesting stat from looking at these 9 homes that sold in the month of December. 6 of those 9 homes sold at asking price. Now, no homes sold over asking price, but we haven't seen that for a couple months. But it's interesting because when we look at November's video that I did, there were no homes that sold at the list price. Everything was negotiated. So this is interesting to see that 6 of those 9 homes were not negotiated off the asking price. Tells me a couple things. Listing agents are doing a much better job on getting the homes listed at the right price. Second thing it tells me, we have buyers that are ready to buy and they feel like the price is right. One thing that I want to look at real quick as we look at a year in review. When we look at 2022, we had 127 homes that sold in Verona Walk. That is down 42% when we look at 2021, where we sold 180 homes here in Verona Walk. So we did have a slower year, specifically in regards to inflation, and also one of the bigger ones, interest rates. Those were big factors in our real estate market cooling down here a little bit. But if we look back at years 2020, 2019, 2018, 120 to 140 homes is the average of how many homes we actually sell in a given basic year. Were there any foreclosures that were sold or listed in Verona Walk? And the answer to that is no and no. Super interesting. Right now, there are only 3 homes pending in Verona Walk. That tells me when we look at the stats in February for the month of January, we are not going to have very many closed home sales. Are we going to have a slow season? We'll see. What was the average days on market? That dropped significantly, almost in half. We were having average days on market closer to 90. We dropped down to 39 days on market for the 9 homes that sold last month. What percent of the asking price did sellers get? That actually went up a little bit. As we talked about earlier in this video, people were getting almost, well, 6 of the people got 100% of their asking price. The asking price was 98.8% was what people were getting. So there still was a little bit of negotiation on some homes, but we creeped really close to that 99% mark. What's a great home for sale right now in Verona Walk? Well, it's actually a Capri model home on Barboni. And believe it or not, it's not even on the market yet or the MLS. So if you're interested, you're looking for a pool Capri home in Verona Walk, this is a beautiful redone Capri, and it is amazing. It's going to go on the market in about 7 days. So if you're interested in knowing more about that home, call, text, or email me. Glad to go over some of the details with you before that even hits the MLS. If you weren't aware, I have a second video series that I do, and it is in regards to all the real estate facts for Lee and Collier County. So if you are interested in a broader video in regards to real estate stats, what's sold, what's pending, how the market's doing, is it going up or down. I'll put a link below for that video series, and that comes out the first week of every month, very similar to what I do for this video on Verona Walk. And if you haven't yet, do me a favor, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube today, really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you soon.